your chakra is all like disaligned, man. You need to reassemble your inner cosmos and the such like, man. You need to take a chill pill and enjoy the nature and the power and the feeling to feel the universe on your skin, man.
Oh, dude, I just saw a hog that went mad. And
Dude!
Oh, dude, I can feel a SC2 over there.
Oh, dude, you know what, dude? I can feel it too. It's like our minds are linked and are like one or something, and we can actually perceive the reality in its truest form, my man.
Dude, I feel like we should be stopping this right now and just talking like normal.
Yeah, you should.
Peace and love, man. Peace and love. But yes, okay. So, we like this episode.
I can't argue with that.
I can't argue with that either, but at the same time, it's like...
Probably for different reasons, though.
Well, to me personally, this was 100% fantastic. I have absolutely no problem with it. Aside for one little small detail that, if you put into perspective, kind of ruins everything. And that detail is, where in the heck is Princess Luna?
Yes, I asked this myself.
Because, this is...
at the time.
Okay, this is because the bulk of this episode takes place in one gigantic social gathering that includes a lot of characters from the main cast, and logically speaking, Princess Luna should have been there.
Especially since it's night.
That makes this episode perfect. For me, at last.
But other than that, I really, really totally enjoyed this episode. I totally dug it, man. This episode is all about peace and love between friends, man.
Please stop that.
I will never.
I do not like this kind of talking.
No, I don't either. It's a cliche.
I know it's a cliche, but but it's still a funny cliche to me personally. I have a soft spot for the hippie stereotypes sometimes, especially if you put it into good use, like they did in this episode. But let's go in order, because there's a lot to talk about this episode, and also I'd say that so far it is one of the most solid from both a structural standpoint and pacing standpoint. So we should go. We should talk about it step by step.
Yes. Tuesday tea.
Yes, we should approach this episode by degree.
Yes, we should all have Tuesday tea, which is Saturday night tea right now for us three.
Oh, the tea. I sure hope it's green tea, if you know what I'm saying. Okay.
Okay,
I think I do, but I don't want to.
Oh, come on. Don't knock it till you try it, man. So
yeah.
Premise. This card gets jelly because Fluttershy has another
Jelly is a nice choice of words.
jelly. As jelly as a spirit of chaos can get, which can be dangerous. But anyway, he gets jelly because Fluttershy met a new friend, they didn't know about it, and since he's completely still kind of inexperienced with the whole multiple friends thing, she immediately thinks that she is replacing him with this new tree hugger pony person.
That's her name, folks. Tree hugger.
And that's what she is in a nutshell.
Tree hugger.
Oh yes,
she is one with nature and everything.
And no wonder Fluttershy would go insta friends with her.
Yeah, Fluttershy is a tree.
Oh, come on.
SC2. This sounds completely wrong for two reasons. One, people are going to ship those two together.
Oh gosh,
They're
no!
already doing it.
Obviously, they already did. And also, people already shipped Fluttershy with the Bloomberg tree. So,
Okay.
yeah, so yes, so let's not touch that button.
Oh, I'll touch another button then. Fanfiction writers, you are going to write a Discord and Spike fanfiction. I know this.
No, please don't.
You are going to
Well,
do this.
I think they did already, even before this episode aired. But anyway,
Yeah, back to the jelly Discord.
so the premise is the classic, the ever so classic, sort of timeless but also sort of cliche scenario of the friends gets jealous because friends of that friends gets another friends that this friends doesn't know about it, and this scenario has been done to death by every cartoon ever made in the history of everything. With that said, MLP is known to take well-known tropes in cartoons and storytelling in general and to, well, if not turn them upside down, at least go into a direction which makes them worthwhile.
And
I
I
entertaining
don't
at
think
least.
they did this time.
I think what?
They tried. I don't know. If I remember correctly, most of the time I have seen this trope used to one friend gets jealous and then tries everything to get back to his friend.
Yes, it has been done a lot.
And- This is exactly what happened, isn't it?
Yes, it is exactly what happens. But
It was done in an
But-
entertaining way, in my
but
opinion.
like I
It
said,
was with Discord. Of course, it was entertaining.
no, it was entertaining not only because of Discord, but because this whole scenario eventually evolves into a different, well, if not different, it evolves into a larger kind of scenario. It evolves into a crazy party scenario, and we'll get to that once we get to that, because I have my personal cinematic knowledge to bring upon about that particular comedic scenario. But yes, basically the gist of it is that when you have a huge cast of character to comprise into one space, you better know what you're doing, because you need to create a situation in which every character is used at the best of their capacity. And considering this is a 20 minutes episode, I believe the writer did a fantastic job with that.
Yes, I agree with that one as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, continuing on with the premise of the show.
Okay.
Basically, then Discord, after getting jelly.
Jelly!
After getting jelly, he gets
Yes.
the jelly.
Yes, we get the jellies later. So anyway, after he gets jelly, after hearing about Fluttershy's new friend, he then
And then they're both going to the Grand Galloping Gala, which is back.
again.
Oh yes, we had so much fun last time we were to the gala, so we need to up the ante, so to speak, this time.
Yes, indeed. And so he decides to go around asking everyone else who is taking who to the Grand Galloping Gala, hoping to
Yes,
get an invite.
Yes, because he hasn't received an invite yet, and there is a really funny reason for that. We'll get to that.
Oh yes.
And, but it also finds out that all the other main six are going to the gala, and they can bring a date with them, a plus
This
one.
time, by only using one ticket, as opposed to last time, everyone has to have their own tickets.
Well, I'm glad something has changed for the better. I mean, they could have implemented this 1,000 years ago or something, but
I thought that
better late than never.
I thought that's what did happen in that episode with Twilight, where she couldn't choose any of her friends.
No. She literally had two tickets.
Yeah. Oh.
One for her
that's-
and one for Spike.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I forgot that little detail. It's been so long. Okay. So anyway, so what does Discord do during this? Well, silly antics, of
Creeps
course.
on the Cutie Mark Crusaders.
Does it? Yes, he spies on the Cutie Mark Crusaders, sneaks into Spike's bed.
Which asking him with a very threatening voice, "Where is Twilight Sparkle?"
Which is what?
Threatening voice of Discord comes later.
Where's Twilight Sparkle?
Where is Twilight Sparkle? Tell me.
Anyway, And let's see, hiding in a box with Pinkie Pie.
Yes. Okay, that was really
That would be
fun.
a solid reference.
Okay, I really like, yes, the Metal Gear Solid reference, which everybody and their dog noticed. I don't think it's even worth pointing out, but is there.
Well-
And then Pinkie Pie immediately corners him while she's still talking about her things.
Well, first she assaults the fourth wall again.
Yes, she
No, she
shakes
does-
the
no, she-
camera after
No, she-
all
no,
that.
She does that after Discord orders all of the cakes.
He's gonna take all the cakes! Like shaking the
Yay!
camera.
Yay, we missed that of Pinkie Pie.
I kind of wanted her to pack Mr. and Mrs. Cake in it as well.
You'd think okay. At least 100,000 comic book artists are going to think of that exact joke and make a comic about it. So
Yeah, just
don't
pack
worry
all
about
the
that.
cake family into a box. and because no one asked for pie, they don't get Pinkie Pie.
But anyway, in the meanwhile, after all that is going on, the antics at with Spike at Carousel Boutique, and then Pinkie Pie. We should, by the way, we should mention how proud Applejack is of her little sister going at the gala, dressing with the little dress. She's teary eyes and all that.
Yes, the pony that cries on the inside.
My little
Yes,
apple that grown
yes.
up.
Cries on the inside. How about that?
Yeah. I get the feeling she's only cries for family.
Well, okay, I can accept that.
Or it's the difference between
The writers.
crying for pride or for sadness.
Or the writers.
Well, you're right. There is a difference. So okay, there you go. Okay, when you're crying for sadness, you cry internally. When you're crying for pride, then it's not tears; it's liquid pride.
Then again, it is.
Indeed.
Then again,
It's liquid pride.
then again, tears.
Totally different.
Then again, tears of sadness is different from tears of joy. So
Yes, we've been saying that for the past couple of minutes.
yeah,
We should move on.
that is. Let's carry on anyway. So
Okay,
Discord.
everybody is still kind of on edge around Discord for understandable reasons.
Well, Pinkie
except-
Pie isn't.
Well, except Pinkie Pie. Pinkie Pie is being a natural Pinkie Pie around him, which is an evolution compared to season 4. That's more like it.
You mean where she basically wanted to assault him because he didn't add whipped cream to his chocolate rain?
I guess so. I guess so.
Okay, maybe.
No, I'd say that so far Pinkie Pie is generally much better written than she was in season 4. Aside from her own Pinkie Pie centric episodes in that season, every other episode with Pinkie Pie on the side would ever act a bit, if not out of character, then at least dumber than usual, which I was not down with. Personally, so they've been doing a far better job in writing her in this season so far.
So anyway,
It can still go downhill.
after Discord,
Well, let's hope not.
after Discord gets all the cakes in the box, he cancels his order because he spots Tree Hugger.
Tree hugger.
Tree hugger.
Okay.
I used tree hugger as an insult, even before the show.
I think everybody and their dogs used tree hugger as an insult.
Yeah.
Even if I didn't, I would definitely do now.
Oh come on, she's not so bad. Let's not-
I don't
let's-
like her.
Okay, that's okay. I can understand why you wouldn't like her. She is, after all, the
cliché.
She is the typical stoned hippie stereotype that talks like this.
Yeah,
dude.
I do not like this talk.
No.
Honestly, I always had a soft spot for the stoned hippie stereotype. It strikes a chord with me. I always find it funny, especially when it's put into good use. And I'd say that,
Good use, you say?
well, I think her continuous exchanges with Discord, driving him off the wall for a change, were were kind of amusing. I like that. So
Yes, but Fluttershy could do that as well.
well, Fluttershy. Well, we know the dynamic between Fluttershy and him, and it's quite. There is a difference in between Fluttershy reprimanding Discord, and he realizes the error of his ways, and there is a difference with having a character that is actually able to annoy him.
Well, yes, because we do have to see different in reactions between
Yes.
characters.
Yes, I think they have an interesting dynamic going on. These two, with Discord's misplaced feelings of anger and jealousy,
Yeah,
concentrating towards the EP pony, and the EP pony reacting to that anger in the most casual and chillaxed way possible.
yes.
Not even remotely digesting the waves of hatred going towards a general direction, and I find that very, very amusing.
Yes, it simply doesn't bother her.
Nothing bothers her. She's a hippie.
To be honest,
She's in love.
to be honest, Tree Hugger, for the typical hippiness of her, I don't have anything against the character archetype. It depends on the execution of the character, whether there's something different about the archetype. But Tree Hugger doesn't really offer anything by herself, really.
Well,
sadly.
actually, no. She does offer something that's hers only. If you ask me,
Okay.
are you going to ask me what?
I thought we will get
I'm
to it
afraid
later.
to.
I thought we'd get to it later, really.
No, it's the eyebrows, man. The eyebrows. I love the eyebrows. I actually very much like her design as a whole.
Well,
yes,
She's
very
quite-
unique.
She's very appealing to the eye,
I'm
and
guessing-
also the eyebrow.
I'm guessing the eyebrows is a slight nod to how hippies are like, let everything grow, even, including
Yeah.
their armpit hair.
They can't
next thing
add
you-
hair on their arms or legs
Yes,
or
next thing you know,
anything else.
next thing you know, she has bushy armpits. Next thing you know.
That's what I was.
God, I don't want to imagine that.
That's what I was hinting at.
Well, thank goodness ponies don't have armpits. That'd be awkward.
Oh
But
wait,
anyway,
maybe she'll get hoof hairs.
you mean the fetlocks, like some sort of Scottish steed?
Yes.
Sure, why not? But anyway, like I said, I really like the design of this character. It makes her stand out, even though her personality is quite generic. But with that said, the second she started talking, I was already laughing internally because, like I said, I have a soft spot for the stoned hippie stereotype.
And
when she said righteous, I was.
And like I said, because I'm neutral to that archetype, I'm just pretty much turned off from her, and not caring what she says unless it's something interesting. If that makes any sense to anyone.
Well, I like personally the fact that she's the one who saves the day when the crisis occurs.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
In her own unique way, which also makes Discord angry, which I enjoy because, let's face it, Discord was being kind of the antagonist here. Also, it was being the villain other than the protagonist. So
Yeah.
he had that coming in many ways. But and it was really funny. We are at this
I
point.
like Discord when he's not the nice guy.
Well, I think you and everyone else.
Well, to be honest though, it's like Discord only knows one way, and that's being himself. And
Well, that Amy doesn't quite know what to do with friendship and the idea of having multiple friends for multiple different contexts and occasion. And Fluttershy will put it really well at the end of it.
Yes.
But, okay, so at this point, we actually cut to Discord's hideout in between dimensions.
which is the first time we see it.
It's awesome! This
Yeah,
place is
okay.
genius!
Okay.
You know
sit
what? It reminded me
Calm
so
down.
much of. It reminded me so much of Death's world in Discworld, actually.
Well, the problem might. Well, what do you know? Maybe it has some influences.
Yeah, because it's just strange because I'm pretty much sure Death's world was like described in the books as some sort of dimension with void areas and land that floats in
It might
places.
as well. It might as well be. Maybe it took a loft on the Discworld. For all you know.
Well, it would make total sense.
Okay, so it is a really
Discord, you can do that.
It is a really interesting looking dimension or plane of existence. A world completely made of chaos, with pieces of lands going in and about. The void of creatures of random nature floating about, black holes, and all that. And the poor post guy, the poor postman, has to go through all that.
Please, one. I think the background color of that dimension was the same color Discord's magic had when Tyrek absorbed it.
That's an interesting.
That's an interesting detail.
Yes, it makes actually.
I'm not quite sure, but I think that was.
It would be an interesting detail if that was to be the case. I mean, if his like representation of his home is his power or some description.
Okay. What I like to see this is a world purely made of chaos, fashioned around Discord himself, and yet I really like to see Discord actually cleaning up the place and put things in order, which is paradoxical to say the least, but it's clearly Fluttershy's influence on his personality.
Actually, if you notice one point with, oh sorry, you go first, SC2.
In a world of pure chaos, the only thing that you can make it out of order is putting order in it. So
you could say that.
Well, did either of you two notice that the fact he had clean dishes and yet he was washing them to be dirty again?
That's a really nice detail.
Did you not notice that detail?
I did not notice in which order he did this.
That's the one I noticed.
Have you seen those dust bunnies?
Yes, he was putting them under the couch.
Yes, he was.
So he was like dirtying his home. So is it like?
But he was upset that he broke that one. What was it? The jug.
Yeah, the glass vase or jug, whatever he had. But I was gonna say, is this like the show's way of saying that he's a boy, so he has to have them place a mess?
Next thing you know, he's going to watch Hoofball with Spike and Big Mac and exchange figurines.
After that bad moment.
Yes, and
and all that.
And he has a hat on and everything with those finger things.
But anyway,
as Discord's lamenting on the whole, the fact Fluttershy's got a new friend and
he didn't receive an invite for the Grand Kelping Gala.
Lo and behold, the post stallion comes.
Oh yes, and he went through quite a journey to get there. Imagine delivering mail to the spirit of chaos, living into the chaos dimension, or whatever this is, the fifth dimension, or the Twilight Zone, or the Discworld. It's quite a journey. It's the warp. It's the last house on the left after the black hole and the
bottomless pit. I felt very sorry for that postman because if you notice in the background after Discord gets him to leave,
also it's the same guy that delivered AJ's telegram in Over a Barrel.
I think he's also the same guy who delivered that letter to Twilight Sparkle in the season 4 premiere.
Wow, yes, so this guy gets around a lot.
Yeah, he's the post-stallion. Of course he gets around, literally.
I prefer our little male mare.
She has a lot of jobs.
Yeah, she has too many jobs to count, but... So this guy's got his invite. He sends the postman off, who ends up getting taken... First
comes Discord's best line I have ever heard.
Yes?
Why is this so late?
Oh yes.
So perfectly dark and everything.
Yes, yes.
Oh.
That's me when a package I've been waiting for comes late.
I think that's what everyone's
why
like.
Why is this so late? No tip for you.
I think that's what everyone is like when they expecting a post like 2 days ago. Anyway, but like I was about to say, John Delancey does some really good lines when he wants to do it.
Oh yes, definitely.
Yes.
I think he can do anything he wants. He can be fun. He can be dark. He can be professional. Everything.
Yes.
And
Well, singing is not his best part. But
well, no. And
there have worse.
and certain voice actors have to
Yes,
have
you-
other
did you
voice
know-
actors
did you
sing
know-
for them.
Yes, speaking of worse, did you know that John Delancey was in Charmed at some point?
I haven't watched Charmed, to be honest, so I wouldn't know
Good,
that part.
good.
What was
Don't
Charmed?
ever.
I know Charmed.
Yes, it sucks. So anyway, okay, so the
Okay, let's skip it.
so the postallion gets sent on his way, and he gets kidnapped by some sort of avian malicious creature in the background, while Discord is contemplating whom to bring at the gala as the +1.
Yeah,
in
I
fight.
was not caring about that point. I was like going, no, not the post-stallion.
He's a true hero.
I would hope
Yeah, working on his birthday and everything.
I wish I
He
hope
will be missed.
I hope that we see him next time, and then suddenly we like see him like he missing an eye or something.
That would be dark. Maybe at the hospital.
Yes. So he's considering what guest to bring, and he has the perfect guest in mind.
At this point, I was thinking, what is he going to bring T-Rex?
That was my first.
Is he going to bring? Is he going to bring Chrysalis or Cerberus?
He can bring anyone he wants.
All
That man.
great choices.
Is he going to bring what? Princess Luna? Since nobody seems to have invited her to this party, to this important national party or some.
Why does she keep missing all these great things?
Yeah, this was such a great party too. In the end,
Is it me or is this a running?
I really would have loved to see her at the gala, just to see her again in her casual ways.
yes,
We have seen her once in Lunar Eclipsed,
yes.
and since then only doing her work.
Well, you should have. Well, in the comics, she's always like that.
I swear though that anytime something big happens, it's like become a running joke now that she's not there for it.
Yes, pretty much. Speaking of running jokes, Princess Celestia. Oh boy, Princess Celestia. Oh yes, okay. I have to admit, this is the Celestia I like to see the most.
Yes,
Definitely.
it's the one that's been hinted at the most, obviously.
Yes, okay. She's
funny
obviously the one who personally sent the invitation to Discord, and there is a reason for that.
We'll get to that reason
Yes,
later.
we'll get to. Okay, at this point, we cut to the second half of the episode, which is the big party.
Yes,
Now,
Twilight
No.
has lovely hair in
One
this
thing-
one.
If you have heard it, I referred to Discord's dimension before as the warp.
the
Do you know
wall.
what the warp is?
Yeah.
Well, I know Pink Floyd's The Wall.
From Warhammer?
I don't know much
Okay.
about Warhammer. I only know it casually.
The cane Discord had when he entered the gala.
Yeah.
It was displaying the chaos symbol from Warhammer.
Oh.
Really?
Okay,
It
that's
could possibly be his cutie mark.
that,
Since usually in Equestria, every accessory a character wears is in some way displays the cutie mark.
well, Discord is an exception to that rule. I would have thought.
Probably.
Because ponies are like the ones with the cutie marks.
Yes, but
Pony's the superior race!
also in many fan drawings where Discord is displayed as a pony, he sometimes has the same mark as the cutie mark.
Ah.
Well, listen, we all saw what this cutie mark is in season 5, at the end of season 5, when he was disguising himself as a pony.
Did we?
It was a whirlwind, and I think that was part of the disguise.
But anyway, So we are at the Grand Galloping Gala. Now let's
As I
talk
said,
about.
Twilight has lovely hair, by the way.
Now, this is great because we actually get to what I like to call the crazy party or party gone wrong scenario, which is also one of the most successfully used and quasi impossible to fail comedic scenarios ever since legendary comic director Blake Edwards showed us the way to make a party really memorable in his film The Party, starring Peter Sellers, which was a slowly building setup with an explosive payoff, and it was really funny once you get to the heart of it. Like I said, the build up to the jokes are slow, but the payoff is great. And it's one of those scenarios in which you can have a lot of characters with their own specific recurring jokes and personalities being applied to a greater whole. So we find ourselves in a situation, the Grand Galloping Gala, that is, a party, in which you have a bunch of characters we all know and love, with specific personalities and specific recurring jokes that will play a specific part during said night, while we spend the majority of our focus towards the actions of one character, which is Discord in this case. It might as well be Peter Sellers, like he was in the party, basically causing all the troubles possible. And you have characters either reacting to those troubles, or you have characters going along with those troubles that the Discord causes, which all at the end, what's the word I'm looking for?
Culminate.
Thank you. Which all culminate to one satisfying payoff. Let's see what characters we are in the presence of at this party. There is Princess Celestia, which is very calm and aloof the whole time, just enjoying whatever is going on. In the background, there is Twilight Sparkle, who neurotically worries about Discord ruining basically her party, because she basically organized it this year.
This is my first. You better not ruin it.
Discord, you better not ruin this Grand Galloping Gala. I worked hard on it. And then, there is the main six with the Cutie Mark Crusaders.
Yeah.
And there is Pinkie Pie, who brought Maud.
Yes, Maud.
Yes.
Pony.
Yes. Okay, calm down.
Sorry.
Which has the best line in the entire episode. If you ask me.
Also, Maud smiles.
She does.
Did you notice?
Well, she did smile at the end of her own episode too.
Yes, she did.
She is capable of if she really wants to, but it's a lot of
work.
It's a lot of work to move those muscles.
Yeah, it's like moving two rocks.
And of course, we have Fluttershy that spends the majority of the night conversing with Treehugger, which is so chillax the whole time. And then finally we have Discord and his quote-unquote date. And who does Discord bring to the party? The Smooze!
AKA the Blob.
Green this time, not purple.
The freaking Smooze! The blob-like monster that devoured everything in the original My Little Pony film of 1986.
Well, I'm glad you were there to cover that part there, because I did not remember that one.
So the Smooze is basically the Blob.
Yes,
only is not an evil entity this time around. He's just some really likable, bubbly individual that just wants to enjoy a good party. And Discord basically brings him along in a really vain attempt to make Fluttershy jealous.
Just like an ex-boyfriend.
Yes, and when that doesn't work, he tries to get rid of the Blob to come out with new ideas. And every time he leaves him alone, he starts devouring shiny objects.
That brings me to a question I have.
Yeah.
we have by now encountered several species in Equestria who eat gemstones.
Yeah.
Yes, we have.
Dragons do. The smooth does.
No, I guess the
And
smooth.
I don't know what
I think
diamond dog.
the smooth just eats everything that shines, not necessarily just gems.
Okay, but so do gemstones. So, are gemstones in Equestria, are they a renewable resource?
Apparently they are.
Apparently you can just find them anywhere and they just pop out of the ground just like flowers or something.
Yes, they do.
Maybe they are grown on rock farms.
I think they produce rock candy out of rocks.
Yes.
That's so wrong.
And
Not really. Not really. You could say they are, jailbreakers.
Well, they're working on
Jailbreakers.
Well, they're working on the logic of
Oh no.
of literal logic of rock candy be made of literal rocks, because we actually do have rock candy sticks. That you suck on.
That's
But anyway,
Well,
that's completely.
I think there's a tribe in Africa, Australia.
yeah.
I don't know. They roll up earth in a paste and bake it and eat it.
Guys,
we're getting off topic here.
focus.
Yeah, sorry.
Hey, but the more you know.
Yeah, sure. So at this point, Fluttershy says that Triager is really, really funny, and she finds her really funny to converse with. So what does Discord do at this point? He does the most pathetic, the most sad attempt at a stand-up routine ever.
Actually,
It would make Pinkie Pie cry. Stand-up
well,
routine.
before that though, I really like the one part where Discord tries his vain attempt to goes like, "Hey Fluttershy, you remember the story of how we went to get like one cake and came back with two? What you tell her about that?"
Oh, we went to the store and got 2 cakes. And then Fluttershy again makes the cutest face of the episode.
And then the lame comedy routine where Discord goes to reference several comedians of our time.
So he makes that one joke about Twilight Sparkle not being a good flyer, and
Celestia laughs.
Celestia laughs. Celestia is the only one who laughs.
Implying that Celestia might be a bit closer to Discord than we all thought.
No,
Take that as you want.
Okay. Honestly, I think it's implying more the fact that Celestia actually does find Discord funny, which is the reason why she invites him.
Yes.
And also he's making fun of her apprentice, and it's funny because it's true. So Twilight was like, "Hey," and Celestia was laughing, and Twilight looked at her with that face that said, "What? Why are you laughing at me?
Why are you laughing at that awful joke?"
Betrayal. The episode basically shows to us that at this point, the relationship between Celestia and Twilight is more of a couple of friends than just
Maybe
mentor and
I don't think Twilight sees it that way.
No, she doesn't quite yet, but it's clear that Celestia does.
Yeah, because Celestia wants to be the on even ground with Twilight, so to speak, now.
Yes, and she does. In fact, she doesn't have any reservation laughing at that joke about Twilight, which was very apropos. But no one else is laughing, though.
Yes, no one else is laughing, and even Yawn. Even my fiance was asking, "Where's the crickets?"
Okay, honestly,
Would have fitted.
Honestly, I was expecting the classic bowl of
Tumbleweed.
Classic tumbleweed crossing the screen from left to right. And then Discord says, "Come on, Come on, guys! This is the basic of comedy.
Yes.
And then multiply
The most basic
Besser.
of jokes.
She said, and then multiply with her drone voice, with her completely deadpan tone. She says, "You are the basic of comedy," and everybody laughs. And Pinkie Pie hugs her. And
Sorry, I have to correct you. The most basic of jokes.
okay,
Okay.
it's a small detail, but you get the idea. It's really. It's
Sorry.
really-
I like to be the ruiner of the parade here at this point because I didn't find that funny.
Oh, come on! What is wrong with you?
It was very funny.
It wasn't. It was terrible.
No, it was really funny because because of the reaction and Discord is like eyes twitching on the verge of a nervous breakdown.
That part was amusing and got a chuck out of me, but the quip.
No, it wasn't. Come on, I don't. It was the perfect quick. It was the perfect quip at the right moment.
Oh yes, follow a really terrible
else
joke.
could have
Follow a terrible
said it?
joke with
Other-
another terrible joke. Congratulations.
Oh, come on! It wasn't. No, it was. It wasn't a joke. It was a quip. It's different.
A bird.
It was a burn.
It wasn't a very good one. It's like a
Oh,
singe.
I personally find it really funny because the timing was excellent.
Well, yeah, but I won't.
Yes.
I'm just gonna say that that's what I thought anyway.
But anyway, moving on to the really embarrassing stand-up routine scene. At this point, earlier on, Discord had the brilliant idea of locking the Smooze in a room full of shinies, of treasury. Also,
He didn't know it was a treasure room.
Okay, seriously, who put... Okay,
Sure, put a treasury there, like in a closet.
Okay, seriously. Okay, who puts treasury inside the closet right next to the party room?
Celestia?
Also,
It can be, yes.
yes.
Okay, honestly, judging by the ending, I wouldn't put it past her that she actually predicted such a scenario. just for the lols.
Yes. Oh, but wait a minute, you forgot the one scene where basically he first time tried to lock him outside the back garden. Well,
Yes, and okay. Do we want to talk about the scene in which Rarity finds herself naked at the party and she tries to
cover up.
cover up her inexistent things to cover up because it's funny because ponies are usually naked, but in this social gathering everybody has to wear a dress, so it's embarrassing in this context. and wink wink bronies, wink wink.
Yes, that scene. But it's the only reason I bring this scene up is because Rarity lost her jewels at that point from her dress, and later on she mysteriously got her jewels back, which she didn't do.
Not only her jewels.
Come on! It's
dress.
come on! It's Rarity. Of course, she has a plan B
Fair
dress.
setup. Get up.
Of course, she has a plan B dress.
A Plan B dress that looks exactly the same.
Yeah, like I said, it's Rarity. I can accept that.
Oh no, you people and your logics.
We are trying to apply logic to a cartoon.
Well, when a cartoon has established rules of its own, you go with those rules.
So
For example,
They have a spirit of chaos.
yes. For example, in this universe there is a spirit of chaos that does things, so we can accept that logic.
So yes, the Smooze has been then locked in the closet with all the shiniest things ever.
And then he gets loose, and his blob pretty much gets all over the floor, and everybody gets sticked to the floor, and he's immune to magic. So the alicorns are once again useless.
Everyone's useless at this point because it's like
Celestia didn't even try.
it's like
Yes, okay. Honestly, I can believe that Celeste didn't even try because of that one line at the end of the episode that basically puts everything into
context.
perspective.
Yeah,
That recontextualizes the entire night.
yes, we'll get to that.
Yes.
So what happens then after that floods the entire room with super glue, as I would like to call it.
Well, for once it happens that Discord is trying to rationalize the whole scene in his own way. That is,
Yeah,
trying to to shift the responsibility for this.
and also
And then,
and also the fact that he is making everything even more obvious to why he's doing it.
pretty much, he's not been exactly subtle during the entire dinner party.
And yet Fluttershy acts like he's being the most subtlest man in the world.
Because Fluttershy wants to think they're the best for all of her friends.
Well,
That's,
yes, I know, but still.
And she's too busy conversing, having fun with Treehugger to pay attention to literally everything else. In fact, Discord had to cough really, really hard to attract her attention the first time.
So let's see. So anyway, what do they do to get out of this situation? What do they do?
Who's ever going to save the day? Why, Treehugger, of course.
Yes, another trope of every show where basically the new character just introduced has just the way to get everything fixed.
And just to make the villain look bad, which is appropriate for a moral standpoint. I mean, it serves him right.
Well, yeah, but still.
It was funny. I mean, she says a series of gibberish about
chakra and aura.
Chakra and the fact she knows creatures and all that. And Discord, clearly just confronts her and says, "Do you even know what you're talking about?" Which is basically what everyone is thinking. But then she starts emitting smooth and relaxing sounds with her mouth, and they actually do manage to calm the smooth, and he reverts into his original state.
Thy Treehugger quells the beast known as the Smooth.
So yes, that really makes Discord look bad.
Yes, and everyone is like going, "Wow, you're so awesome!" Like a fan fiction insert character.
Righteous. Righteous.
I'm serious, that's the vibe I got from it. It's like, my god, that was so awesome, fanfiction insert character.
Actually, I don't think any self-respecting fanfiction author would actually self-insert themselves in the the guise of a hippie stereotype. Now they would be a totally awesome Mary Sue red and black alicorn.
Yeah, badass with brooding every 10 seconds.
Or a
vampire at Hogwarts.
or a Mary Sue alicorn lady who is more powerful than Celestia and Luna put together, as in a relationship with Discord.
Or as SC2 is about to say, vampire in Hogwarts with a band.
Yes, we read My Immortal.
So, after all this has happened, does Discord quit it? No! He decides...
At this point, he literally tries to banish the hippie lady into a different dimension, a dimension inhabited by sock puppets.
With that.
Yes, by hand puppets.
It was a dimension inhabited by live-action sock puppets, apparently.
The humidity is high there, apparently.
Apparently. Okay, so okay. Well, at this point, Treehugger was a bit bummed down, as she put it. This is bumming me up, man. I guess you can put into her favor that she gets bothered eventually by something.
Yeah.
So there's a point in her favor.
And then the best pony comes in, Fluttershy, to step up and talk to Discord.
Devar, that's not how you pronounce Rainbow Dash.
Oh God!
No.
Don't do this.
Let's not do this.
Let's not do this. Not in front of the kids.
Okay, so yes, not in front of Nightmare. So at this point, the only one who can actually resolve the situation is obviously the proverbial object of the conflict, at the center of the conflict and the distress,
The
which is
ex-girlfriend.
Fluttershy, which is Fluttershy herself, which is not his girlfriend. Okay?
As much as all the fanfiction writers want to.
Oh please, everyone wants to either put Discord with Celestia or Pinkie Pie.
Well, and surprisingly, Twilight Sparkle.
Well, it makes sense in a certain ways.
Time.
Well, at some point with every one of them. But anyway, so Fluttershy talks down Discord, and it makes him realize the stupidity and utter foolishness of his chaotic ways. And it does so in the most, in the best way possible, by telling him, hey, Discord, if you were to get a new pal whom you can talk chaos with, do you think I would get jealous? Do you think would you be ditching me for that pal? And Discord would say, well, no, of course not. I would have just a different friend for a different occasion.
Oh yeah.
I messed up big time, didn't I?
Yes. No, apologize.
Pretty much.
And he tries to apologize to Fluttershy.
Once again, the message is you got different friends for different occasions. You like to talk with a friend, you like to talk about ponies, for example, to put an example. With another friend, you like to talk about everything that's not ponies, for example.
Yeah, like Sonic the Hedgehog, PS3s.
Like the friends I do have right now. With the VAR, we talk about ponies. And you too, we talk about ponies. With Ross Ferris, we talk about anime, and manga, and video games.
Porn.
Bad fan fiction.
Are you trying to? I think you're trying to say something to me, Devar, but I cannot quite hear you. Anyway, so Discord eventually learns that you can have different friends for different discourses.
Yeah.
And contexts, so to speak. And he patches things up with the
Fluttershy and Tree Hugger, though Tree Hugger doesn't want to hug him yet.
Yes, because Tree Hugger is still quite bummed up by his behavior, so again...
He should have turned himself into a tree.
So again, she is demonstrating a bit more personality by not being immediately cool with his behavior, which is a good thing.
Yes.
But still, she's expressing that in her own chillax, super stoned hippie way. And by the way, she is stoned the entire time. I think she does heavy drugs. She
hugged the trees too hard, man.
I think she's on LSD during the whole time.
No, Madhog. She's gotten so high off the trees themselves. She hugged them so hard that she got the mucus from the tree bark and dripping down her nose.
Those must be really, really high marijuana plants.
Maybe in Equestria, the marijuana grows in trees.
Yes.
Sure. Why not? Sure. Imagine that.
Yes.
That would
marijuana trees.
That would explain Pinkie Pie.
Yeah, they put a bit extra in the cakes, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yes, I do know what you mean. Let's move on.
Yeah.
So we come at the end of the party, and Discord also, as a bonus, apologizes to the Smooze himself, which he only utilized in order to get the better of Fluttershy.
Which I think is quite nice, really. The fact it's not acting like as if he was just an extra there for no reason.
No, this Moose is actually quite a nice guy, blob, entity.
Yeah, it just doesn't know...
Discord called it an it.
It.
Yeah, it has feelings still, you know.
It has feelings, so okay. Okay, so this Moose and, party animals and everything. Also, I sure hope Rarity's shoes didn't get ruined by all the Smooze on the floor.
I'm sure the Smooze took the rest of its self off the shoes.
Okay, so Pinkie Pie goes dancing with the Smooze.
Oh god, my
Fanfiction will be written for that.
Yes, especially since
it
with the
probably is in
line.
work.
Especially with the line she said, because I wasn't thinking it, but my brother ended up telling me that the line sounded very oddly adult for him. That she said.
It's probably your dirty
Spreading
mind.
smooth on the dance floor?
It was my brother who said that, not
Okay,
me.
your brother. Okay, how old is your
In
brother?
quotation marks.
He's the same
Your
age as me.
brother?
He's my twin brother. You see, we're identical twins.
Okay, so your brother has a dirty mind. You have to deal with that yourself.
Yes, sadly.
Okay, so the secret. So the secret of Smooze and a dun.
Yes.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
and what does we end on? Finding out that Celestia wanted it all to happen.
Yes, pretty much. It is that one line that recontextualizes everything. She says, "Yes, this was the best party ever."
Just like last time.
Even better than last time. That's why I invited Discord. In fact, that's the whole reason why I wanted Discord reformed, so we could have him at the Grand Galloping Gala, and it would be fun, and I wouldn't be so bored, because it's boring being an immortal being. That's what I am imagining right now.
It is boring to be an immortal being.
Yeah, especially if you've seen everything. Why not have a being of disorder and chaos come in to wreak havoc that you've not seen in ever?
Yes, and since he is technically reformed, you don't have to fear for the safety of your citizens. So so let's have Discord every year at the Grand Galloping Gala. This would be so much fun.
Yes, he could tell really terrible jokes every year.
Next time.
She doesn't. Well, she does like his jokes at least.
Yes.
Well, next year Celestia would have to up the
Ante.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she sends an invite to Chrysalis.
Sure, and maybe
actually, I have already seen on the subreddits a post where they wonder if Celestia had invited Chrysalis to Cadence's marriage.
Well, best not to think about that. I mean, already.
The characterization shown in this episode makes it very possible.
Well, so listen, the Canterlot wedding episode already has its problems. Let us not fuel the flames.
Yes, the maleficent flames, so to speak.
The maleficent green flames, in fact. Now, okay, so next year, the Grand Galloping Gala, Discord is going to come with Tyrek. and Cerberus is going to be there, and Chrysalis, and
yes, and Chrysalis will be playing. Chrysalis will be playing Blind Date.
Yes. And then she's going to, and Celestia is going to put on her sister to be the blind date of Chrysalis. Because why not? She's Princess Trollestia, after all. Confirmed.
Yes.
Okay. Honestly, I really liked the Celestia in this episode. She's almost completely in the background during the major events, but like a spectator enjoying the chaos like we do. And then at the end of it, she basically turns out to be the mastermind behind it all for doing something as simple as to send an invitation to the Spirit of Chaos, knowing full well that something cool was bound to happen, no matter what.
All this for the sacrifice of one post pony.
All the post ponies will be sacrificed for having the greatest party. So okay, to recap, we have this episode, which is a structurally solid comedic extravaganza that plays on escalation, setup, and set up an escalation of the joke up until the explosive payoff. All the characters serve a purpose from a comedic standpoint. They have their role that perfectly fit into their specific set pieces of the comedic map, so to speak, and it works pretty well, and it manages to be a complete comedic experience in merely 20 minutes of time. Considering all the characters that were involved in this story, that's an impressive achievement. Well, if not impressive, at least a perfectly serviceable achievement. So, great episode. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed everything about it except the lack of Princess Luna, which had absolutely no reason not to be there.
Yeah.
She is working.
Yeah, sure. Let's
Yeah,
go with
sure.
that.
Let's go with that.
Yeah, it's a lot. Oh yes, it's definitely a lot of work to raise the moon once and then put it down once at the end of the night.
And just look at the stars from her balcony, most
Maybe
likely.
she just doesn't like social gatherings.
Maybe she's just spying ponies during their sleep.
Well, yeah, that's a good point as well. She likes to enter other people's dreams.
Maybe she's like the cosmic owl. When she goes inside someone's dream, that dream becomes true. And she has to take upon that role because somebody has to do it for some reason.
No, I'm trying. Anyway, for me, the episode felt odd most of the time, but it was entertaining at least. For 20 minutes. I wouldn't put it lower or higher than the last episode, but it was still decent.
The last episode was Appaloosa's Most Wanted.
Yes.
So it was completely forgettable.
Yes.
How could you even compare the two of them?
I don't know. For some reason, I just felt like it was the same level for me.
Wow.
I don't know why. It just felt.
Well, that's
no.
Yeah, that's I'm sorry, Devar. I cannot in good faith get behind your opinion this time around.
Well, I'm gonna say this just now, just so everyone knows. I woke up early this morning and I'm tired of it, so I might just be not in the right mindset right now. But for some reason, this episode just felt so odd to me that it didn't really impress, nor did it disappoint me.
Perhaps we've been spoiled with too much seriousness and emotional drama with this show up until now. So when you have a pure comedic, well-structured, pure comedic episode like this, it feels odd because you had to switch gears, so to speak.
Especially, yeah. So well, maybe, but again, I just felt for some reason it just gave me an odd sensation just watching the episode compared to any other episode. Some reason.
Yes, it gave me a sensation. I had to watch the episode twice because I only got half of it the first watching.
Oh my goodness!
I was laughing too hard.
Yes, I figured as much. No, it was pretty funny. Although my reaction to it was a bit more tamed compared to yours, Nightmare. I was just really amused the whole time.
I was amused as well and found it entertaining at least. So it's not like it's a bad one for me.
No, it's a very good one. I think in the end this is going to be one of the best episodes of this season.
Well, the best for comedy, yeah.
Yes, the best period, also for comedy.
we still have some to come. I don't know what they are. But
well, at this point, you can only speculate what we are going to get for episode 100, which is looming closer and closer.
Yes,
when is that gonna be?
I don't know, but for what the writers have said, they hinted that episode 100 is going to focus on a character, on a beloved character that's not being used very often. So I don't know.
Twice in the show and once in the movie.
Uh,
You guys do know that the 100th episode is supposed to... Should I not say that, maybe?
don't.
Don't. I didn't hear you, but I
Okay,
don't want
okay.
to hear it.
I definitely want the surprise. I definitely prefer
Okay,
the surprise.
I'm not saying anything.
Yes, you almost
You almost lost. You almost lost your credentials there.
you almost you were almost about to spoil something for us. Don't do that.
No, was not my intention. Sorry.
So okay, so like I said, I went blind for this episode, like the last one, and most likely I will for the next one. That's what we do. That's how we roll.
Yes, we always
With
go in
this,
blind. I'm not sure about SC2 Nightmare.
Oh, it probably don't. It probably doesn't.
I don't like spoilers.
Ah,
I
good.
know this episode would be about Discord, but I accidentally read the title.
Well, okay. Well, aside from the title, you know that's Discord in it, but other than that, I didn't know anything about the plot of the premise and all that. You learn about the premise pretty much in the first couple of seconds, but how everything pans out at the end, that's still fun to discover.
Yeah, so I think
It
I think we all said. I think we said everything. Do we have any closures that we need to still say? Anything?
Dude, my chakra is all totally realigned now. I can feel my inner cosmos circling through my veins of the body.
SC2.
I am
SC2.
connected with
SC2.
all the
With
organs
fire.
No,
and the
SC2.
rivers.
Behind you. The chloroform. Get it.
Dude,
I don't think that would work.
Yes, dude, I'm so totally.
Get the ether. The alcoholic ether. That will do.
I'm so
It knocks out
totally-
elephants.
I'm so. I'm sniffed all that's possible to sniff.
Can we take the him or
I'm immune
something?
to everything, man.
Are you kidding? He just keeps on talking.
I'm talking. Okay, honestly, okay. Tree hugger, best hippie.
All
Tree hugger.
right.
Hips. Point.
All rightish hippie.
No. Best tree hugger, best eyebrows.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
1 hour. We've been talking for 1 hour, so maybe we should close up. We have nothing else to add.
Well, no, I don't think we have. I mean, we said everything.
And we've
Yes,
we've ruined a few people's childhoods.
Why?
I don't know, some of our imagery.
You know when Pinkie Pie uses Maud as a boat to raft through the
Yes.
ooze on the floor like a river? That was really funny. That was really amusing.
HMS Maud.
Maud should have sank like a rock.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how you do a quip. That's how you do it.
Yeah, the VAR is the master of quips, apparently. Self-appointed.
I'm the self-proclaimed 3 times undisputed champion of quips.
Dude, don't you know that violence is never the answer?
Oh God.
It's all about peace and love, man. Peace and love. I did a joint once. Okay?
I never
Once.
did.
I potted once. I did pot once in my life, okay? Only once, guys. Don't judge me.
I'm not judging you. I'm just judging the fact of my standards. That I would never do it.
Okay, this has been the family-friendly marijuana potty podcast. The family-friendly potty.
Yeah.
The family-friendly potty podcast. In fact, potty podcast or pothead podcast.
No, it'd be more like the super family friendly pony podcast.
Sure, whatever. And I have been Madhog.
And I've been Devar Akron.
I'm a Madhog the Master. This guy has been the fun police, apparently. The bar is the fun police. You're having too much fun. No, you must interrupt.
No,
fun.
this is too silly. You're having too much fun.
Oh, God.
And then there is SC2 Nightmare, who is the guy who takes notes.
Hey, I maybe forget what I want to talk about, so I do have to take notes.
These young amateurs. Anyway, thank you for joining us, everybody, and see you in the next exciting and peace-filled and loving edition of the Pothead Podcast.
Thanks for having me again, and farewell.
Yes, very well.
You're welcome. And to all you folks, have a wonderful day or evening, and take good care of yourselves. Also, remember, winners don't do drugs.
Peace out, man.
In a garden of freedom, honey, don't you know that I'm loving you?